just restarted the Limpets video. We are out on the beach finally. Finally, the first winter session or beach session of 2021. Well, here we go, first night on the beach. So I'm just sticking on a 7-ounce rotten bottom here. Don't really need one because I'm pretty sure, although I haven't fished this part of the beach before, I'm pretty sure it's clean. Because there's quite a swell running, I'm just using a short snooted Pennel Paternoster. Favourite type of rig. Got 2 4-rows. And on there I'm going to whack on these fine looking yellows. I like to put these in the sand first because it means I can actually grip them. They're pretty slippery. Oh, I must get my hands dirty. I'm just going to whip these on a bit, help keep them in place. Not very neat, but there's loads of colour in the water, so it shouldn't matter. Let's get this bad boy out. Whoa. This feels a bit heavier than a 30 gram spinner. Wading out a bit so I can get my lead past these breakers. And we're fishing. Just got my first cast in the water, and in all honesty conditions aren't favourable. It is blowing 20 to 30, gusting 30. Tides are tiny, literally the bottom, well, this is the first tide of the building phase. Southerly wind, which is no good normally around here. You can normally do with, well, that looked a bit bitey there already. We could normally do with a southeasterly, or northeasterly, or an easterly, anything easterly basically. But I'd ordered some bait and I needed to come out fishing. I'm not going to be able to go lure fishing this coming weekend, so here we are, out in deepest, darkest Northumberland. And I've got the beach to myself, unsurprisingly given the conditions. Yeah, I've either got weed on my line or I'm getting some interest already. I just had a good bite there. Definite rattle. Oh yes! First cast! Just a little one. Oh yeah! Well, there we go. Target species. Little, what, 35 centimetre codlin. Literally bait's been in the water for about, I don't know, 4 minutes. Come on! I thought I was gonna blank. Hey! Far away. Fish, first cast. Can't believe it. Right, well, let's get another couple of baits on. Another couple of baits, another couple of worms on. I was positive I'd missed a couple of hits earlier as well when I was talking to the camera, and it, by the state of the bait, well, I like the worms, it definitely looks like that. Quickly get some more bait on and get it out. God, it's just saying how bad the conditions were. So hope I can get a couple more before the rain that's forecast comes. Oh, that is a big donkey choke of that. Doing this is much easier when you've got some tension on the line, so I chuck my lead out there and then that keeps my rig nice and taut. Right, let's get this out. Obviously I don't need to chuck it far. I'm getting up the first cast. Oh, that's the next cast in the water. High tide is at about 9:15 tonight, so left us with about 2 and a bit hours. So I set up quite away from the beach, from the edge of the water, just to make sure that I had enough room. But the tide's coming in quite quickly, even though it's a small tide, but hopefully I don't run out of beach. I'm going to need to move this tripod in a second. Oh yes, I got a fish! Target species as well. I almost thought could I be greedy and ask for a bigger one? Oh, look like a little knock there. Come on, come back. Tiny little peck. It's hard to feel in between the gusts, but using this braid and this rod's pretty much feel a fish fart. Come on, go a bit down, stop flirting with it. Oh yes, hey! This feels like a better one than last time. Woohoo! Oh no, has it come off? Oh no, it hasn't. Must have just been in the swell water skiing. There it is. Is it better? Yeah, looks like an identical fish. Felt much better in the swells, but it's almost identical to the last one. Might be a little bit fatter, maybe a little bit stronger. Don't know, maybe that's why it felt better, but yes, 2 casts, 2 fish. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's a little longer. Go away son, go and get bigger. Oh, no, upside down. Go on, there you go. Well, I thought there for a moment, I've moved all my tackle back and further up the beach now. This is all like I see people fishing in the south. I could have had a nice sort of beach shelter and stuff. Don't think I'm going to have to move back any further, but I thought it was going to be curse of the first cast fish there. It had been maybe 10 minutes after that first cast. Sorry, after it cast out the second line. I'm going to have to get me vocabulary and sentences sorted. Yeah, cast it out, moved back, hooked it way to the left, but tide brought it right around in front of us, and yeah, it was just pecking away, and I could feel it, but it just didn't seem to commit, so I struck anyway, and there it was. It must have just been swimming around with a 7-ounce lead hanging out of its gob. Let's get another bait in the water. Do have a cart wing with us and some fresh blacks as well. So unlike me, I've got a bit of a cocktail and I normally just fish with one, well, lugworm. Basically the yellows are a blow, but yeah, I thought I'd mix it up this season a little bit. But these yellows seem to be doing absolutely fine by themselves, so I don't really see a need to get a cocktail on just yet. I've even tidied my box as well. I got at the end of last season this tackle Trayz, which is a local guy called Peter that makes them. It's kept my life organised. I know it doesn't look it, but I know where everything is. Even got a handy little prop for the lid, stop the wind from blowing it down. Oh yes, look at that. Third cast in the water. Probably hooked it right again. Well, I definitely did. But that's what I did on the last cast and it worked. So I think the tide will help bring this around, and then hopefully back to where the fish are feeding. Can't believe I've had 2 fish. Honestly thought I was going to blank. I mean, I know they're not monsters, but it's target species. And apart from the swell, everything's against us. And the other thing as well is I normally fish this place on, well, look bitey there. Fish this place on low tide, 3 hours down and 3 hours up. Because it's just a big flat beach, basically with very little structure or sort of in the way of sandbars. But there is a big reef further out, which makes it good to fish in a swell, because it means you're sheltered from the worst of it, but you still get a good bit of churning in the water. And being 2 hours before high tide, I just thought that flatties territory. 2 cod? Come on! Whoa! On again. Felt heavier that one, but I've got a feeling it's probably the same size. Oh no. A bit bigger. There we go. Fair bit bigger. Probably 40 centimeters. Happy days. They just seem to be hooking themselves tonight. Oh, what a first session. Right. Well, unfortunately I had GoPro battery issues, and I've just pulled in another fish. It was deep hooked though, it wouldn't have gone back, so I've kept it. Can make a nice little fish supper for myself. Just past high tide now. This is my 4th cast out, so far I'm 3 casts and 3 fish, which given the conditions is surprising. Just speaking to a few locals there who come down here all the time, more than me, and they had now but doggies and coalfish just 2 nights ago, so getting in amongst the cod, well happy with that. The wind's picking up, which is making life a little trickier, but it's not too bad. I've been out in worse, so aye, come on. Fourth cast, fourth fish maybe, or am I just being a bit greedy? So tackle wise, I've got my usual, probably seen it before in my previous videos, but Any Fish Anywhere GB FS Pro, which is the Mark 1 version, 14 foot, rated at casting up to 200 grams or 7 ounces in old money. Reel wise, I've got a Penn Battle 3 8000 LC version, which is long cast, and then 79 pound, sorry, Daiwa J-Braid in the multicolored version. Oh, that was a good hit. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that was a stonker of a hit. Oh, did you see that rod tip go? That was more like a bass bite than a cod, I think. It just went mental. Missed it. Too busy filming my reel. Damn it. That might have been my chance on this cast. I've just triggered my grip lead, so gonna be tricky holding bottom from now on. Give it 5 more minutes and hopefully it comes back. Well, that's the next bait in the water. Unfortunately I missed that bite on my 4th cast, so that's the 5th cast in now. Hopefully that'll be the 4th fish. Tide's dropping. Looks like I might have just got a bite straight away, so I'm going to I've just moved forward a little bit, so I'm going to move this camera and hopefully we're in another fish. There we go, one fillet. Not very good at this, like, it's not very often I keep a fish. There's the second one. Yeah, did an alright job. Well, I brought these Ziplocs to keep me kit dry, but happy days. There's dinner. Well, this bait's been out there for maybe half an hour or so while I filleted that fish. The rod tip's just going nuts, so I must have a canny bit of weed on. Unless I've hooked the fish while I've been filleting, but I don't think so. I think it's just yeah, weed. We'll soon find out. That doesn't feel like there's much weed on it. Well, no weed, that's weird. It's bouncing around like I had loads of weed on, but then obviously not. But my hooks have been stripped bare, so I think there's probably a crab or two around. Absolutely stripped bare. Guess there's an argument for putting a big bait on after all. Actually thinking about it, all that movement could have been crabs hanging on it in the swell. Hopefully this time I'll hook up with that bite and the line won't be in the water long enough for the crabs to get anywhere near it. It's emptying out quick. No wonder I was getting in amongst the fish if this is a big sandbar. Well, I knew it was a sandbar because you can see the waves breaking, but it's full of holes. Water is nice and coloured as well. You can see the waves reforming here. That's because it's getting deeper. And the bar's just in front of us. Well, that's the next cast in the water. I'm going to try not to trip over my rod because I can't see a thing with this light shining in my face, but I've moved further forwards. Sandbar's really kind of emptying out in front of us, so assuming the fishing's probably going to turn off, especially after getting my bait stripped before. I mean, I was in the water half an hour, but it's so mild, it's like 14 degrees, so but the first 3 casts, the line wasn't in the water long enough for the crabs to get onto them, so yeah, hopefully there's a fish on this cast. Oh yes! I was just holding my line there, ledgering almost. Oh, and a really good pull down. Feels like a better fish. But just as it's starting to rain as well. Oh no, I think it's come off. Oh, it has. Oh no. Felt like a better fish because it was a big coalie. I saw the silver when it came onto the shore and I was thinking, oh god, it's a bass. But it's not, it's just it's not even a big coalie. Put up a little scrap at the beginning, but then yeah, I just can't keep a hold of these things. Go on, son. There's the final bait on. That coalie just came back to shore. I heard baiting up and I heard flapping on the beach. But pointed him in the right direction. And away he goes to fight another day, or live another day, whatever, however the saying goes. Come on, codlin. Well, it's the last bait in the water. Kind of just in time because it's just started raining. It's not too bad. It's just spitting on at the moment, but the light and microphone and everything don't like water really, so and I'm pretty much out of bait. Let's see what this last cast brings. Oh, just a pull down there. Whoa. Looked a bit coddy, that one. Oh. Took a little peck. Oh yeah. Got a, feels like a canny fish, but my handle on my reel's broken. What? What's going on with it? Oh no! At least the fish is still on. Well, there we go. Last fish of the session. Sprightly one. Really sort of mottled tiger print almost, or leopard spots on that. Excellent. Nice little way to finish the evening. Oh, the shaft's actually snapped. Oh, that is bad. I've only just got this. My Shimano Ultegra's outlasted this. Oh. well, what a session. Yeah, who'd have thought I'd catch so many cod on such a tiny tides, wrong direction wind, clear water, although it was a little bit murky, but at least the swells came good. Bit of a shock at the end with my reel breaking. I thought Penns were meant to be absolutely bomber, and that's only a year old, I think, really, so a bit surprised at that, but at least it's just a handle, and at least I was on my way back, because if it had cut me session short, I would have been well, yeah, annoyed. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe please, that would be awesome, and until the next one, I'll see you again, and tight lines. Well, there we go. Last fish of the session. It's not even a big coolie. Put up a little scrap at the beginning, but then, yeah. I just gotta keep a hold of these things. There we go anyway.